Hey guys, take these off. Welcome back to Mark 2 Golf Stories. Now, you remember how I fixed my ISV issue? Well, I didn't. It was still being very intermittent, and sometimes it'd be buzzing, other times it wouldn't. So I've gone through a bunch more stuff. I'll briefly run through with you what I've found, and there's a couple of more bits that I need to test. Hopefully we can sort out this issue, get my car idling nice, make sure that's buzzing over time, once and for all. So let's go. Okay, so as I said, the issue was this hasn't been buzzing consistently, which obviously you need for it to be working. There's a load of testing you can do on the ISV relay. If you go to look at Crispy's project, has a great video about testing all of these wires, gives you all the correct voltages, what you should be getting, and resistance for each wires. While I was running through that, one of the wires, which is the brown and white, which is the earth for that relay, comes through to here, and that goes onto the head. Now, I had a wire here which was really quite badly broken, so I fixed it, done a continuity test, wiggled it about, and that's now solid. I'm going to put a better connection on here. This is just on here, temporary for the time being, until we've fixed it out, until we've fixed the issue. Now, one of the other things I wanted to test was that the switch is working correctly. So with your multimeter, I'll show you this one. I will show you because I've just done this. Got my multimeter. We're going to the, what are we going to here? The brown and white. The black's going in there, that's the earth. And then this one's going to the black and yellow. Goes to that switch. If I turn the ignition on. So, when the switch is closed, we should get 12 volts, which we do. When the switch is opened, it should go down to nothing, to minus 12 volts, which it's doing. So, closed, open, closed, open. So that is working correctly, that's good. So I've been looking through Rob Johnny's Mark II 16 valve setup guide, and two of the things it says to check down here are the got an overrun cut-off valve down here, and you've got the fuel enrichment valve here. Now I should be getting 12 volts on the overrun cut-off valve, which the wiring from the relay is brown-black. Now I'm getting 56 millivolts, which tells me something isn't right. So Rob Johnny's setup guide, it tells you to check that the connections on these two are the right way round, because obviously, you know, they're in the same place and the plugs are pretty much exactly the same. So we need to check that the overrun cut-off valve, that's the big one at the back, has the wires with the black, yellow and black brown wire on it. And the cold enrichment valve at the front here, that's this thing that looks a little bit like a UFO, has a white and black wire. So let's check these. So this has black, yellow and brown. So this should actually be on the overrun cutoff. If this one's got a black and white, where's the plug for it? Down here on the back. Yep, that is black and white, so that should be on this. So let's get that plugged in on here. Got our black on the earth, which is the brown and white. This is going into the, is that black brown? Black brown pin. There. Got our multimeter ignition on. 12 volts. Brilliant. So let's see how she idles now. Well, let's get started, see what she's saying. It seems to be idling nice and smooth. I didn't actually check whether the idle valve was vibrating, but that seems alright. Doesn't seem lumpy. Sounds nice. Idling at 1000 RPM. Let's turn that off. And we'll just give the it's doing it again. Again. It's buzzing again. I don't understand this. What is going on? I think I need to check continuity on the wiring on this. Let's check this back to the earth. Make sure that earth's okay. So I'm just going to pop crocodile clip on this earth on the back of the block. Let's go in there. The other side of this is going to go on the brown and white on the idle control relay. Okay, plug this into the brown and white here. Check that. There you go, crocodile clip was loose. So man, we had a good earth there. Why is this still being intermittent? Giving it a wiggle, that's all fine. No buzz, understand it. So I guess we're going to want to do the same thing for the wires on the idle control relay plug. In here, so I can zoom in, not sure you can see that. This sheathing's a bit frayed, but we can see we've got a black and white and a white wire. So put one end in here and the other end on the idle relay, see if we get continuity on both of them. So I've got the black end of the multimeter in the white plug on the relay. And it's come out, so put that back in. Right, that is in the black and white cable in the relay. Let's give that a wiggle. Right, that's okay. So now I'll swap it over to this side and go into the white cable in the relay. Give it a wiggle. Give it a wiggle in the car as well, actually. On the relay, make sure there's no wires outside that are broken. Right, fine. So that shows me that we have no problems with the wiring for the idle control valve. That's interesting. Well, this is weird. This valve is consistently buzzing now. Well, this one isn't. So maybe this is okay. Oh my god, this is doing my head in. I'm going to plug this one back in. Right, old one's back on. That's buzzing. Let's turn it off. That's buzzing. Off. Back on. That's buzzing. Start it. Turn it off. Ignition on. That's buzzing. What? Well, now that's got me wondering if my Chinese ISV is actually a piece of shit. I need to send it back. And the ISV wasn't faulty at all. It was just the fact that some of the wiring was a bit dodgy. I'm going to keep testing this and monitor it for a couple of days. Make sure it's not, make sure that I'm not going to say it's all working when it isn't. But that is very interesting. It's tomorrow now, so I'm going to turn the ignition on, see if our ISV relay is still buzzing and it wasn't just a fluke yesterday. So I'll put you down here. I'll leave my microphone just here next to it. And now I'll go and turn the ignition on. Yep, that's buzzing. I feel that. Hopefully you'll be able to hear that. Okay, now I'm feeling confident that I've sorted out the issue with the idle control valve. That's that part of the equation done. I think the next job will be to make sure that the timing's set perfectly. We're 6 degrees before top dead center. To do that, I'll have to order a timing light. I guess I'll go through that process with you in the next video. And after that, once the timing's all set up, maybe testing we've got correct fuel pressure, and then I can look at setting and making sure that the carbon monoxide, i.e. the air to fuel ratio on the engine, is set up correctly. So I think resolved that issue with the idle control valve now. As you've heard, the car sounds pretty good now. I'll give it another turn over just to make sure that it's idling sweet. Yeah, that sounds okay to me. You can hear a rattling. That's the alternator. There's nothing else up in the engine. But yeah, looking for this. So there we go. That's sounding pretty smooth, pretty sweet now. I'm happy with that. We definitely sorted out the idling issue. turn this off. Yeah, if you can hear any rattling there, ignore that, it's just the alternator. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, a bit more to do. If you found this useful, please consider dropping a like, click on subscribe. Fingers crossed, that's the end of the weird ISV idling problem. Once again, thanks to Crispy's Projects and John Newman, aka Rub Johnny, for all their help on this. They've been brilliant. And there's a link down to Crispy Projects ISV testing and car not starting issue down in the description below. And there's also a link to Rub Johnny's Mark II Golf setup guide, which I will be following when I've got my timing light and I've got all the timing set and I'm doing the engine setup. So yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye bye.